Hey everybody, hope everybody's Thanksgiving was good. Mine was great. It's been a nice long weekend. I've been able to get some work done on the truck, not near as much as I would like to because I live in the middle of nowhere and you can't buy a lot of parts or the ones to keep a project moving. I'll show you what I did. So I got my steering column all put in, everything lines up pretty good. Don't judge my welding or Hyatt's welding, I guess. I'm gonna clean that up. I welded that in without the steering column in it, so I didn't want to scorch the column. So that's why there's a little gap. I put some rubber down in there and welded that to hold the base. And there's my upper. That is off of Amazon. It says that it's brushed aluminum. That is chrome all day long. It's 32-inch column. Then I pulled the old steering wheel off until I can get my real one sometime. But it's the 5-position tilt. I need to put in my turn signal, shift lever, and my park, my gear selector. So on the outside, comes out like that. I'm gonna paint all that. That hole right here, that's for the ground on the steering column. I mocked up my steering. If anybody thinks that won't work, let me know before I get my heim joint put in. I might as well have been looking for unicorns yesterday in Delta as a heim joint, because that isn't gonna fly when I get my bar in there. 3/4 inch dowel. This is a 30 spline to a 3/4, 3/4, 3/4, 3/4, 1 inch. Everything's set flush. That way I can mark these on this D bar and get that all put in. The heim joint should be here this week and I'll weld it in probably right there. Hold that still. And then I tried to work on my fuel a little bit. So this here is my Aeromotive fuel regulator, pressure regulator for the carburetor. I think it's supposed to be around 7 pounds, but they send you plugs for everything, but they don't send you anything to adapt to a 6AN fitting. So I went to Delta and tried to find some 6AN males to a 3/8 N, the National Pipe Thread, NPT fitting. But surprise, they don't have them, so I've got to order them in. There's my fuel pressure gauge, so I can see if I'm around 7 to 10 psi. But I'm thinking of mounting this here somewhere, right there, someplace. I don't know. Here's my fuel line. I've got it looped, bypass and supply. If you guys get one of these, all these here on the sides are both supply from the tank and supply out to your carb. The bottom is your bypass, just so you know. It does have a vacuum boost. I can't remember. I don't think I'll use it on mine. I think it's more so for the higher pressure outputs that it needs. This one I think is Goes up to 100 psi, I believe. Don't quote me on that. I'll include a link to the manual for this. But I got all these 6AN fittings when I bought that PFTE line, the braided line, off eBay. It was pretty cheap. These came with it, but not any of the fittings for this. This thing, it came with like this setup for your pressure gauge, this bag of parts. I don't even know what some of those are for. And then an extra spring. You have to replace the spring in this thing if you're going to run higher pressures. So I got steering column. I've got an attack plan for my pressure regulator, and I did get my radiator. I'll show you that. Well, I haven't unboxed it yet. I really don't want to. I don't want it to get damaged. It does have the electric fan. These are my relays for it. And it's supposed to fit in there. It's a 3-row, so it should work whether or not I run an AC anytime. But I unwrapped the truck. I had tarp over the front. I think my colors are matching up. So that right there on the bed, that's original right there. And this is what I've done. So I think I matched it pretty good. But I need to get the bed in the air a little bit. I can't get that. I can't get this under there. It scratches the daylights out of it. So making progress there. Also, for the 61 of my great grandpa's, this is the engine we're gonna put in it. Hyatt's busy cleaning her up. It's 283 out of a 60, I think a 64 to 67 Chevy. It did have it's the 220 horsepower heads that were on it. We found there's a bad lifter in it. That one was the cam. It wouldn't move. Cam was rounded off. Then there's another lifter in there that the middle had all blown out of it. So it wasn't moving at all. But I think all the walls and everything all looked pretty good. There was some water in these two. Head gasket didn't look bad. So I think planning on getting lifters and a new cam for it and putting it back together and throw her in. Hopefully we can get that done sooner than later because kids grow up too fast. But so there's my list of stuff I've got. I've checked off quite a bit. Brakes are done, steering column's in, still got to do the power steering pump. Interior, the engine, yeah, got a lot there. The steps are almost finished. The body, I guess I can check that off. I got the body, that's done. That's done. Body, rear sill, that's done. Bumper bolts still need to be done. I ordered my radiator. Got to figure out my transmission lines. Need to wire headlights, order the stuff for the electronic e-brake. But I think making some all right progress. I need to get my hooks moved over. The screwdriver over here isn't working all that great. Still need to do some more sanding on the patina. but I think it's matching all right. I still need to sand this side. I did sand right here. You run your hand on that, it's smooth. So I got to finish that up, pound out some dents, get that door on, and I'm pretty close to working on getting her wired. But so again, hopefully y'all had a good Thanksgiving. Thanks so much for watching. I'm glad to see some progress, and sure I'm learning a lot. It's been interesting being able to do this and then help my son with that 283 and know how to get the cam out and know how to do a lot of that stuff, going from no knowledge whatsoever to where I am now. It's kind of nice. So if you don't know what you're doing, don't let that stop you. If I can do it, anybody can. You just don't be afraid. Uh, so hopefully sooner than later, this thing's rolling down the road. It'll be awesome. I'm excited. Thanks again for watching. Please subscribe if you haven't. Till next time.